Okay, Matt, bye week is here, the state of the Bucs. What really makes you feel good about this team right now as they get ready to finish up the final stretch of the season, try and get this NFC South title if they can?
Yeah, there's still, even though things have been bleak, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. One of the best things, really, is the schedule. You got to look at the top half of the schedule before the bye. The Bucs went up against quarterbacks like Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kirk Cousins. That's not easy. You look at the second half, the Giants don't even know who they're playing at quarterback just yet. The Raiders don't either, and neither has our old pal Dave Canales with the Panthers. They have a quarterback controversy going on. So it's a lot of beatable opponents down the stretch, which is obviously advantageous to the Buccaneers. Another thing, help is on the way with injuries. I know Tristan Wirfs, that's not looking good, but you have Mike Evans coming back, which is going to help with the receivers that have struggled over the past couple of games, along with Jamel Dean helping out at corner. So help is on the way, and the schedule really pans out well for the Bucs.
Is this offense better than you thought it would be at this point of the season?
Better with the pieces around them right now. Again, no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, but I would say better with what they have, and I think Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator, deserves a ton of credit because they're making it done just like duct taping pieces together, putting some gum on it, tying some strings together. I mean, right now, the focal point of the offense in the passing game, at least, is tight end Cade Otton. We weren't expecting that much from him this season. They're getting it done, throwing it to running backs as well, with very little production from their wide receivers. So their ability to run the football, move the chains, and they were averaging 30 points with Mike and Chris. They've only dropped down to 24 points. I still think that's really commendable and admirable considering the situation that the Bucs are in.
Is Baker Mayfield the glue right now for you? I mean, he's I know he had the little stretch with the interceptions, 3 games in a row. The losses have been winnable, in my opinion, because of Baker's play. Where do you stand on him right now here at the bye week?
He's the glue, he's the leader, he's everything. He's an amoeba in a way because he can adapt to anything the Bucs need. He's gritty, and he just wants to win as much as the fans in the stands want the Bucs to win as well. It doesn't matter how it looks. It could look beautiful where he's throwing 4 touchdown passes in a game. It could look ugly where he has to run and bear his shoulder into somebody and get injured but still get the first down. He's the leader, and everybody rallies around him. So yes, this is a lot about Baker Mayfield keeping the ship afloat during this process.
What do you think Todd Bowles is seeing when he now gets a chance to assess and grade his own team? When he pops in this defensive film and sees how and why they've been picked apart here?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think a lot of guys out of place, and that's something that Bowles alluded to. And some of it is they are playing younger players at corner. You know, they've kind of shifted in and out. Josh Hayes, who's a second-year player, and Tyreek Funderburk, who's an undrafted free agent. They're not exactly getting to their spots. They're a little more off of the ball, and that's why you saw the 49ers be able to dink and dunk it on that last drive when they kicked the game-winning field goal. KJ Britt has struggled a lot just getting to his spots, which has been an issue really all season. The communication hasn't been there, which is surprising when you have Antoine Winfield Jr. and Jordan Whitehead back at safety. But I would say just a lot of miscommunication, guys not exactly being in their spots. Poor game planning as well, not many in-game adjustments, and that falls on Todd Bowles. But it's a little bit of everything that's kind of plagued the Bucs defense.
Do you think, you mentioned the schedule already, that this interior, this combo of Vita Vea, Kalijah Kancey can now, we've seen a sample of it at its best. Do you now think we're going to get more consistent efforts at its best, helping the outside guys as well?
Absolutely. The one thing I've really liked about the Bucs defense is that interior with Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey. I think Kancey specifically, he obviously missed the first half of the season. He's really getting that rhythm back, and it's helped generate a push in the middle. Vita Vea had one of his best games of his career. Todd Bowles even said that a couple of weeks ago. So Vita's just continuing to do what he did. Remember, he lost a lot of weight this offseason to kind of bring something extra to his game. So he really has. And I still believe in the talent of outside linebacker Yaya Diaby. I'm optimistic about Chris Braswell, the rookie out of Alabama, their second-round pick. It's a little bit of close but no cigar. They're almost there. And I have to believe with the talent of Yaya Diaby, he eventually will get home and turn some of those QB hits into QB sacks.
And finally, Matt, if the defense can rise even a bit, you look at what we call the elite teams in the NFC, what we expect to see in the playoffs, and they're going this way. You know, the Bucs have either beaten some of these teams or played them. Are they in a position now to compete with these teams and beat them maybe in January?
Well, that's the thing, Dan, is even with this 4-game losing streak, they've been in every single game. They took the Chiefs to overtime. They also went to overtime with the Falcons, played another close game with them. Really, the only one where they didn't have too much of a chance was against the Ravens, and that's when Chris Godwin got hurt, and we all saw what went on with that. But they're losing in very close games. This defense doesn't even have to be good. It has to be average. So, yes, I do think they can compete with the better teams if they just get a sliver of better play from their defense, because right now the strength is the offense and that offensive line, and this offense can compete with anyone.